Hi everyone, in this session we will discuss the multiple choice questions of applications of derivatives. Question number 1. The interval in which the function f given by f of x is equal to x squared into e to the power of minus x is strictly increasing. So, you are given the 4 options, let us choose the right option by solving it. So, let us find f dash of x using the product rule. So, we get x square into derivative of e power minus x is e power minus x into minus 1 plus e to the power of minus x into derivative of x square is 2x. So, on taking x e power minus x common, we are left with minus x plus 2. And for strictly increasing function, we know that f dash of x should be greater than 0. So, we get x into e to the power of minus x into 2 minus x is greater than 0. Now, since e to the power of minus x is always a positive quantity, so we can divide both sides by e to the power of minus x and we get this as x into 2 minus x is greater than 0, and if you multiply with minus 1 on both the sides, we get x into x minus 2 is less than 0. Now, we know the identity x minus a into x minus b is less than 0, then x belongs to open interval a comma b. So, we make use of this identity, and using this identity we get this as x belongs to open interval 0 comma 2. So, the right option is option D. Question number 2. Y equal to x into x minus 3 whole squared decreases for the values of x given by. So, again we have to find dy by dx. Dy by dx is equal to, we apply the product rule. So, we get x into derivative of x minus 3 whole square is 2 into x minus 3 into derivative of x minus 3 is 1 minus 0 plus x minus 3 whole square into derivative of x becomes 1. So, we can take x minus 3 common and we get 2x plus x minus 3. So, this is x minus 3 into 3x minus 3. So, taking 3 common, we get 3 times x minus 1. Again we have to check where it is decreasing. So, f dash of x is less than 0. We know that a function is said to be decreasing if f dash of x is less than 0. So, we get x minus 1 into x minus 3 into 3 is less than 0. Dividing both sides by 3, we get x minus 1 into x minus 3 is less than 0. As we have seen that if x minus a into x minus b is less than 0, the solution is x belongs to open interval a comma b. So, here the solution is x belongs to 1 comma 3 or 1 less than x less than 3 or x lies between 1 and 3. So, this should be the answer. So, the right option is option A. Right option is option A. Question number 3. The abscissa of the point on the curve 3y is equal to 6x minus 5x cube. The normal at which passes through the origin is. So, here we have to find the x coordinate of the point of contact to the curve 3y equal to 6x minus 5x cube, where when the normal is drawn is passing through the origin. So, let us find the slope of this tangent and then we find slope of the normal. So, let us find dy by dx. So, 3 into the derivative of y is dy by dx is equal to derivative of 6x is 6 minus derivative of 5x cube is 15x square, or dy by dx is equal to, so on dividing by 3 we get 2 minus 5x square. So, let x1 y1 be the point of contact. Let x1 y1 be the point of contact. So, slope of normal is given by minus 1 by dy by dx at x1 y1, which is minus 1 by 2 minus 5x1 square, 2 minus 5x1 square. Now let us find the equation of the normal. Equation of the normal is given by y minus y1 is equal to, slope of the normal is minus 1 by 2 minus 5x1 square into x minus x1. Now since we know that the normal is passing through origin, we get 0 minus y1 is equal to minus 1 by 2 minus 5x1 square into 0 minus x1, or we get y1 is equal to minus x1 by 2 minus 5x1 square. So this becomes equation 1. Now we know that x1 y1 is also point on the curve, so it must satisfy the curve equation. Since x1 y1 lies on the curve, since x1 y1 lies on the curve, 3y equal to 6x minus 5x cube, 3y equal to 6x minus 5x cube. So we get 3y1 equal to 6x1 minus 5x1 cube. As we have seen that the curve equation is 3y equal to 6x minus 5x cube. So since x1 y1 is a point on the curve, so it must satisfy the curve equation. So 3y1 is 6x1 minus 5x1 cube. So from this we get y1 as 6x1 minus 5x1 cube divided by 3. So let's call this as equation 2. Now from equation 1 and 2 we can find x1. So minus x1 by 2 minus 5x1 square equal to 6x1 minus 5x1 cube by 3. So we can cross multiply and we get this as minus 3x1 equal to 6x1 minus 5x1 cube into 2 minus 5x1 square. So we take x1 common from this, so 6 minus 5x1 square into 2 minus 5x1 square equal to minus 3x1. So x1 gets cancelled. So this gives us minus 3 is equal to, let's simplify this, 6 to the 12 minus 30x1 square minus 10x1 square plus 25x1 to the power of 4. So on rearranging the terms, we get 25x1 to the power of 4 minus 40x1 square minus 15 plus 15 is equal to 0. So 25x1 to the power of 4 minus 40x1 square, 12 plus 3 is 15, so is equal to 0. So now we can divide throughout by 5, so we get 5x1 power 4 minus 8x1 square plus 3 is equal to 0. So let's factorize this now. 5x1 power 4 minus 5 3 is 15, so 5 and 3 are the factors, so we can write it as 5x1 square minus 3x1 square plus 3 is equal to 0, or we can write it as taking 5x1 common we get x1 minus 1, and taking minus 3 common we get x1 minus 1 equal to 0, which implies x1 minus 1 into 5x1 minus 3 is equal to 0, which implies x1 is equal to 1 or 3 by 5, 3 by 5. So in the given options we have 1, so the right option will be 1. So here in this problem, sometimes you can check your answer is right or wrong in the multiple choice questions, because they don't ask you to solve the whole problem. In the competitive exams or in any objective type questions, you can directly check by substituting the value also. So you check which of the value of x satisfies this equation. In that way also you can find the value of x, and if I suppose I put x1 equal to 1, it satisfies this equation. In that way also you can do, but I have given you the method where you get the exact value of x1. So the value of x1 is 1, and from the options given we got x1 equal to 1 as the option A. Question number 4. The curve y equal to x to the power of 1 by 5 has at 0, 0 a vertical tangent, a horizontal tangent, an oblique tangent, or no tangent. So let's find dy by dx. Dy by dx is equal to 1 by 5 x to the power of 1 by 5 minus 1, which is 1 by 5 x to the power of minus 4 by 5, or we can write it as 1 by 5 into 1 by x to the power of 4 by 5. So dy by dx at 0, 0 is not defined. You could see that it is 1 by 5 into 1 by 0, it is not defined. It is not defined, which means it is a line parallel to y axis. The tangent is a line parallel to y axis. So the option A is vertical tangent parallel to y axis will be the correct answer. So option A is the correct answer. Question number 5. The equation of normal to the curve 3x square minus y square equal to 8, which is parallel to the line x plus 3y is equal to 8. So we have to find the equation of the normal which is parallel to the line x plus 3y equal to 8. So let us see how to solve the problem. So let's find the slope of the tangent, and then hence we find the slope of the normal. So we find dy by dx first. So derivative of 3x square minus y square is d by dx of 3x square minus y square equal to d by dx of 8. So this gives us 6x minus 2y dy by dx is equal to 0, which implies dy by dx is equal to 6x by 2y or 3x by y. Let x1 y1 be the point of contact. So if x1 y1 is the point of contact, then slope of the normal is minus 1 by dy by dx at x1 y1. So we get this as minus y1 by 3x1, and it is said that the normal to the curve is parallel to the line x plus 3y equal to 8. So slope of the line x plus 3y equal to 8, x plus 3y equal to 8 is given by minus of a minus b. So this will be a equal to coefficient of x and b is 3. So slope is minus of a by b. So minus of 1 by 3. So slope of the line x plus 3y equal to 8 will be minus 1 by 3. So since the normal is parallel to this line, since normal is parallel to the line x plus 3y equal to 8, we get minus y1 by 3x1 equal to minus 1 by 3. So we cancel it out negative signs. This implies 3y1 equal to 3x1 or x1 equal to y1. So we got one condition between or a relation between x1 and y1. So we are going to get a second relation between x1 and x1 and y1 using the concept that the point lies on the curve, so it must satisfy the curve equation. So since the point lies on the curve, since x1 y1 lies on the curve, 3x square minus y square equal to 8. 3x square minus y square equal to 8. So the condition becomes 3x1 square minus y1 square equal to 8. 3x1 square minus y1 square equal to 8. So this becomes equation 1 and this becomes equation 2. So we are going to solve these two equations. So solving 1 and 2, we get 3x1 square minus, in place of y1 we can write x1 square equal to 8, or we get 2x1 square equal to 8 implies x1 square equal to 4 or x1 equal to plus or minus 2. So the 2 points could be, the points of contact could be, the points of contact could be two possibilities, that is 2 comma 2 or minus 2 comma minus 2. So equation of the normal is y minus y1, that is 2 is equal to, and we got slope of the normal as 1 minus 1 by 3. So minus 1 by 3 into x minus 2, or if I take minus 2 comma minus 2, I get y plus 2 is equal to minus 1 by 3 into x plus 2. So let's simplify this. We get 3y minus 6 equal to 2 minus x, or x plus 3y minus 8 is equal to 0. So this is one equation of the normal, or the other possibility is, on simplifying this, we get 3y plus 6 equal to minus x minus 2, or we get this as x plus 3y plus 8 equal to 0. So this is the other possibility of the normal equation. So the right answer is x plus 3y plus or minus 8 equal to 0. So the option C is the correct choice. So this will be the final answer, that is either the equation normal is x plus 3y minus 8 equal to 0 or x plus 3y plus 8 equal to 0. Question number 6. The tangent to the curve y is equal to e to the power of 2x at the point 0 comma 1 meets x axis at. So let us find out where does the tangent to this curve, which is drawn at the point 0 comma 1, meets the x axis. So let us find dy by dx. dy by dx is given by e to the power of 2x into derivative of 2x is 2. So slope of the tangent at 0 comma 1 is dy by dx at the point 0 comma 1, which is equal to e to the power of 2 power 0 into 2, that's equal to 2. So we got slope of the tangent is 2. So equation of the tangent is at point 0 comma 1 is y minus 1 is equal to, slope of the tangent is 2 into x minus 0. So we got y minus 1 equal to 2x. So this is the equation of the tangent at the point 0 comma 1. Now we have to see where this line intersects the x axis. So We know that when a line intersects the x-axis, the y-coordinate will be 0, since at a point where the line intersects x-axis, its y-coordinate is 0. So we get 0 minus 1 equal to 2x, or we get x is equal to minus 1 by 2. So the point of contact will be the point at which the line intersects will be minus half comma 0. So this particular tangent intersects the x-axis at the point minus half comma 0. So minus half comma 0 is option B. So first of all we found the derivative, and then the slope of the tangent we found to be 2, and then we find the equation of the tangent. And since the tangent is intersecting the x-axis at the point where the line intersects x-axis, the y-coordinate will be 0. So we put in place of y 0. So I got 0 minus 1 equal to 2x, or x equal to negative half. So the point of intersection is negative half comma 0, that is option B. Question number 7. F of x is equal to x to the power of x has a stationary point at. So stationary point means the value of x for which f dash of x is equal to 0. So let us see what is the derivative of x to the power of x. So we should understand first of all how to write this x to the power of x. X to the power of x can be written as e to the power of log of x to the power of x. The reason is we can write any number x as e to the power of log x. So this is the property. So using this, x is equal to e to the power of log x. So I can write x to the power of x as e to the power of log x to the power of x. So we can write it as e to the power of log x to the power of x can be written as x log x, x log x. So this is f of x, and we are going to find the derivative of this. F dash of x is equal to, now we apply the chain rule, we get e to the power of x log x into derivative of x log x, that is x into derivative of log x is 1 by x plus log x into derivative of x is 1. So x gets cancelled, we get this as again e to the power of x log x, e to the power of x log x into 1 plus log x, or we can further write this as, and e power x log x is nothing but x power x. So we can write it as x power x into 1 plus log x, and we have to find the stationary point. So on equating f dash of x to 0, this implies x to the power of x into 1 plus log x is equal to 0. Since x is positive, so x power x is not equal to 0, as x is always positive, otherwise log x is not defined. So we get 1 plus log x equal to 0 implies log x is equal to minus 1. So you can write x is equal to e to the power of minus 1 in the exponential form. We can convert logarithmic form to the exponential form by writing log x equal to minus 1 as x equal to e to the power of minus 1, or 1 by e. So this will be the stationary value. So x equal to 1 by e is the right option. So option B is the correct answer. Question number 8. The maximum value of 1 by x whole to the power of x is. So let us name this as y. Say y is equal to 1 by x to the power of x is same as writing x to the power of minus x. And this can be written as e to the power of log of x to the power of minus x, which can be written as e to the power of minus x log x. So x to the power of minus x is same as e to the power of log of x power minus x, and that is also written as e to the power of minus x log x, because log of n to the power of m is m log n. Now we find dy by dx by using the chain rule. Dy by dx is equal to e to the power of minus x log x into derivative of minus x log x. So that is minus x into derivative of log x is 1 by x plus log x into derivative of minus x is minus 1. So x and x gets cancelled here. You get e to the power of minus x log x into minus 1 minus log x. And we have already seen that e to the power of minus x log x is same as x power minus x. So we write it as x power minus x into, I take minus common, we get 1 plus log x. So this is dy by dx. And here, to find the maximum value, first of all we should find the critical points. So we equate dy by dx equal to 0 in order to obtain the critical points. This implies minus x to the power of minus x into 1 plus log x is equal to 0. And since x to the power of minus x cannot be equal to 0, therefore 1 plus log x will be 0, which implies log x is equal to minus 1. This implies x is equal to e to the power of minus 1. We know that x to the power of minus x is always a positive number, it cannot be 0. So the only option left is 1 plus log x equal to 0, or log x equal to minus 1, or x is equal to e to the power of minus 1. The exponential form of writing log x equal to minus 1 is x equal to e to the power of minus 1. So this is the critical point. This is 1 by e. X equal to 1 by e is the critical point. Now we check whether this critical point is a point of local maxima or minima. So we find the second order derivative d square y by dx square, that is d by dx of dy by dx, that is minus x to the power of minus x into 1 plus log x. So this can be written as minus x to the power of minus x into derivative of log 1 plus log x is 0 plus 1 by x, and so we can write minus out of the derivative. X power minus x into derivative of 1 plus log x is 0 plus 1 by x, plus 1 plus log x into derivative of x power minus x is minus x power x into 1 plus log x. Now we are finding out what is the value of the derivative at the critical point. So at x is equal to 1 by e. So this will be minus of x is 1 by e to the power of minus 1 by e into 1 by e is e plus 1 plus log of 1 by e into minus of 1 by e to the power of 1 by e into 1 plus log 1 by e, log of 1 by e. And we observe this log of 1 by e is same as writing minus log e, and it's equal to minus 1. So this term becomes 0, because log of 1 by e is minus log e, and minus log e is minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So this whole of the factor becomes 0, and we are left with only minus of 1 by e power minus 1 is e. So you get minus of e power 1 by e into e, and the whole of the second term is 0. So this is a negative value. Therefore x equal to 1 by e corresponds to local maxima, so is a local maxima by second derivative test. So we have to find here what is the maximum value of the function. So the maximum value of the function is y is equal to, we have 1 by x whole power x, 1 by x whole to the power of x. So it is 1 by e whole to the power of 1 by e, which is e to the power of 1 by e. So this is the maximum value of y. So option C is the correct choice. e to the power of 1 by is the maximum value of 1 by x whole power x. Question number 9. The two curves x cube minus 3x square xy square plus 2 equal to 0 and 3x square y minus y cube is equal to 2. Option A, touch each other, cut at right angles. Option C is cut at an angle of pi by 3 and option D is cut at an angle of pi by 4. So first of all we have to check whether the two curves given are touching each other or cutting at right angle by knowing their slopes. So we have to find the slopes of the tangents drawn at their point of intersection. So let's find d by dx of this curve and also the d by dx, and hence find dy by dx for both the curves. So d by dx of x cube minus 3xy square plus 2 equal to derivative of 0 is 0. So this implies 3x square minus 3 into x into 2y dy by dx plus y square into 1 plus derivative of 2 is 0 is equal to 0. So let's find out what is dy by dx of this particular curve. So we get 3x square equal to 3 times 2xy dy by dx plus y square. So 3 gets cancelled here. This implies x square minus y square equal to 2xy dy by dx. Therefore, dy by dx is equal to x square minus y square by 2xy. So, if these two curves are intersecting at their point of intersection, say x1 y1, so let x1 y1 be the point of intersection of two curves. Let x1 y1 be the point of intersection of two curves, and if we find the slope of the tangent at this point, slope of the tangent to the curve x cube minus 3xy square plus 2 is equal to 0. X cube minus 3xy square plus 2 equal to 0 will be x1 square minus y1 square by 2x1 y1. So this will be the slope of the tangent to the curve. Now let us see how to find the slope of the tangent for the second curve at the same point of intersection. So let us consider the second curve. The second curve is given as 3x square y minus y cube is equal to 2. Consider 3x square y minus y cube equal to 2. Minus y cube is equal to 2. So let's find dy by dx for this. So we get this as 3 into, let's use the product rule, we get x square dy by dx plus y into derivative of x square is 2x minus derivative of y cube is 3y square dy by dx is equal to derivative of 2 is 0. So this implies 3x square dy by dx plus 6xy minus 3y square dy by dx is equal to 0. So we can divide throughout the 3. We get x square dy by dx plus 2xy minus y square dy by dx is equal to 0. This implies taking dy by dx common, we get x square minus y square plus 2xy equal to 0, or dy by dx is equal to minus 2xy by x square minus y square. So let's find out what is the slope of the tangent at the point of intersection x1 y1. So dy by dx, that will be m2, the slope of the tangent drawn to the second curve at x1 y1. So this will be minus 2x1 y1 by x1 square minus y1 square. So this is slope of the tangent drawn to the curve at x1 y1. So we got the slope 2 and we got the slope 1. See, this is slope 1, and if these two slopes are found to be equal, then we say they touch each other, and here we say that we see that they are not equal, so we don't say that the curves touch each other. But if you see them, we could find that m1 into m2 is x1 square minus y1 square, x1 square minus y1 square by 2x1 y1, and m2 is minus 2x1 y1 by x1 square minus y1 square, so which is equal to minus 1. Therefore the two curves intersect orthogonally. So if the product of the slopes is equal to minus 1, which means the tangents are perpendicular at the point of intersection, therefore we say that the two curves intersect orthogonally. So the right option is cut at right angles. So option B is the correct answer. Cut at right angles or intersect orthogonally, both mean the same. Question number 10. The tangent to the curve given by x equal to e to the power of t cos t, y is equal to e to the power of t sin t at t equal to pi by 4 makes with the x axis an angle. So here the tangent given at a point t equal to pi by 4 to the curve, which is given in the parametric form, should make an angle with x axis. So the angle made with x axis is tan theta, where tan theta is nothing but the slope. So if you are able to find tan theta, then theta becomes the angle which the tangent makes with the x axis. So let's see how to find this. So you are given x is equal to e to the power of t cos t. So we find dx by dt, which is equal to e power t into derivative of cos t is minus sin t plus cos t into derivative of e power t is e power t, and dy by d theta, dy by dt is found to be d by dt of e power t sin t, e power t sin t, which is equal to e power t into derivative of sin t is cos t plus sin t into derivative of e power t is e power t. So dy by dx is equal to dy by dt divided by dx by dt, which is equal to e to the power of t into cos t plus sin t by e power t times cos t minus sin t. So we get e power t gets cancelled, and if you observe this cos t plus sin t by cos t minus sin t, if we divide numerator and denominator by cos t, we get this as 1 plus sin by cos is tan t divided by 1 minus tan t, which is tan of pi by 4 plus t, pi by 4 plus t. So dy by dx at t equal to pi by 4 is equal to tan of pi by 4 plus pi by 4, that is tan pi by 2, tan pi by 2. So here slope of the curve is tan theta, where theta is the angle made by the curve with the x axis. So here the question asked is, what is the angle made by the tangent? What is the angle made by the tangent with the x axis? So which is nothing but theta. So theta equal to pi by 2. So the right answer is option D. Question number 11. The slope of the normal to the curve y is equal to 2x cube plus 3 sin x at x equal to 0. So let's find the dy by dx first. So we get dy by dx is equal to derivative of 2x square is 4x plus 3 into derivative of sin x is cos x. So slope of the normal at x equal to 0 at x is equal to 0 is minus 1 by dy by dx at x equal to 0. So this is minus 1 by, we substitute x equal to 0 in this, so we get 4 into 0 plus 3 cos 0, which is equal to minus 1 by 3, minus 1 by 3. So option D is the correct. Question number 12. The equation of the normal to the curve y is equal to sin x at 0 comma 0, that is at origin. So let's find dy by dx. Dy by dx is equal to cos x, cos x, and slope of the normal at origin is minus 1 by dy by dx at origin, which is equal to minus 1 by cos 0, which is equal to minus 1. So equation of the normal at 0 0 at origin is y minus 0 equal to minus 1 into x minus 0, which implies y equal to minus x, or it is x plus y equal to 0. So the option C is the correct answer. Choice. Question number 13. The point on the curve y square equal to x where the tangent makes an angle of pi by 4 with x axis. Since the tangent is making an angle of pi by 4 with x axis, then slope of the tangent is given by m is equal to tan pi by 4, that's equal to 1. So we got the slope of the tangent. So let us find dy by dx. So y square equal to x, so let's find dy by dx. We get 2y dy by dx equal to 1, or dy by dx is equal to 1 by 2y. So let x1 y1 be the point of contact. Let x1 y1 be the point of contact. So dy by dx at x1 y1 is nothing but the slope, so which is equal to 1 by 2y1, and we got from the geometry m is equal to tan pi by 4, that's equal to 1. Therefore from 1 and 2 we can write 1 is equal to 1 by 2y1, or y1 is equal to half, y1 equal to half. Now since the point is on the curve, we can find x is equal to y square, so we get x1 equal to y1 square. Since x1 y1 is a point on the curve, since x1 y1 lies on the curve, we observe that x1 equal to y1 square. Or we get this to be 1 by 4. Therefore the point of contact is equal to x value is 1 by 4 and the y value is 1 by 2. So this will be the point of contact. One by 4 comma half. 1 by 4 comma half is option B. So option B is the right answer. Question number 14. The point on the curve x square equal to 2y, which is nearest to the point 0 comma 5. So let x1 y1 be the point on the curve. Which is nearest to the point 0 comma 5. So let d be the distance between the 2 points. So d is equal to square root of x1 minus 0 whole square using the distance formula, y1 minus 5 whole square. So on squaring both sides we get d square equal to x1 square plus y1 minus 5 whole square. So we can square the objective and now we can maximize this and or minimize this function, and whatever value we are going to get the critical point which gives you the maximum value or minimum value will be the same value for d also. The critical point that corresponds to maximum or minimum value of z will be same as the critical point which is gives you the maximum value for d also. So z is equal to x1 square plus y1 minus 5 whole square. Now we have to write it in terms of one variable. So we know the relation between x1 and y1. Since x1 y1 is a point on the curve, x1 square equal to 2y1. Since x1 y1 lies on curve, x1 square equal to 2y1. So we can write z is equal to 2y1 plus y1 minus 5 whole square. So let's find dz by dy1, which is equal to 2 plus 2 into y1 minus 5 into 1, and after finding dz by dy1 we have to find the critical point. So we put dz by dy1 equal to 0, which implies 2 plus 2 into y1 minus 5 equal to 0, which implies y1 minus 5 into 2 equal to minus 2, or y1 minus 5 equal to minus 1, or y1 equal to 5 minus 1, that's equal to 4. So we got the value of y1 is equal to 4. Therefore the point of contact is y1 is equal to 4, and what is x1? x1 square equal to y1. So we get x1 square equal to 2 into y1 is 4, that's equal to 8. So x1 is equal to 2 root 2. So the value will be 2 root 2 comma 4, which is the option A. So the point which satisfies this is 2 root 2 comma 4. So this will be the right option. Option A is 2 root 2 comma 4 is the right answer. Question number 15. The maximum value of x into x minus 1 plus 1 whole to the power of 1 by 3, where x lies between 0 and 1 is. So let us say y is equal to x into x minus 1 plus 1 whole to the power of 1 by 3. And in order to do the simplification purpose, we can cube on both sides to eliminate this cube root. So y cube is equal to x into x minus 1 plus 1, and let us call this, say this is equal to z. So z is equal to x into x minus 1 plus 1. So whatever minimum value or maximum value we are going to get for z will be same as the minimum or maximum value which we are going to get for y. So let us find dz by dx, which is equal to x into derivative of x minus 1 is 1 plus x minus 1 into derivative of x is 1 plus derivative of 1 is 0. So which is x plus x minus 1, that is 2x minus 1. So the critical point is dz by dx equal to 0 implies 2x minus 1 equal to 0 implies x equal to half. So this is the critical point, and d square z by dx square is equal to derivative of 2x minus 1 is 2, which is positive, which means x equal to half is a local minima. So point of local minima is a point of local minima. Point of local minima. X equal to half is a point of local minima. But here the question asks to find the maximum value. So if you want to find the maximum value, obviously that this is not a point which gives you the max value. So the only option left is the extreme points. Here we are given x is a value between 0 and 1. So we check this function at 0 and 1. So let's find what is f of 0. F of 0, that is x into x minus 1 plus 1 whole to the power of 1 by 3 at x equal to 0. Let's call this as f of x, and we find f of 0. F of 0 will be 0 into 0 minus 1 plus 1 whole to the power of 1 by 3. So this is 0 in plus 1, so it's 1. And also we find f of 1. F of 1 is 1 into 1 minus 1 plus 1 whole power 1 by 3, that is also equal to 1. And there is no need of checking at half, because half is giving you the minimum value, but the question asked is the maximum value of the function. So x equal to half is a point of local minima, so you are getting the smallest value using x equal to half. So the maximum value should be either from f of 0 or f of 1, and both the values you got the answer as 1. Therefore the maximum value is 1. The maximum value of the function is 1, is equal to 1. So which is nothing but option C.